Hello everyone and welcome back to MetaHuman Inc. Last time we left off, we are in September. A couple of months until the end. You and Leech are sitting in one of MetaHuman's meeting room waiting for the other two presenters to arrive for the December monthly budget. The two of you are watching TV. MetaHuman Incorporated has always been a source of great interest in the business world, says the show's presenter, yet this year in particular has been dramatic in general following the disappearance of the old boss. CEO position suffered to Xavier Song, a relative unknown. This summer Granger has been watching for this what tonight, he said. Leech nods. We're a little pressed for time here, skip to the end. He does so. Incorporated is one of the most popular firms in the country right now, and that sort of training is in the asset that the company spends their shelf lives trying and often failing to foster. Our verdict, MetaHuman is doing good. Okay. Thanks, please, no emphasis. That's one of the points we need to talk about, sir. Listen. Sorry, I think we can keep this short. Anyone in mind if we open the budget application? Fine with me. One point before we get to that, we're currently watching our new friend ad Orpus, by the way. It's extremely hard to spy on psychics. I know we've been helping the second and it seems some of their work can be beneficial to our own side actor and term. I've already forwarded all relative deals to Nemesis. You nod, pleased with this unexpected bonus. You bring up the thing. Oh wow, we got a lot of money. Can I do any enchantments? So yeah, I need to get the staff up to this. Yeah, I should have enough to afford this one. Oh, hell yeah, I have enough for this one. How much more? 2 more times? Okay. Grab it again. Okay. And now, generals. We need to get our staffing up. Externals. High risk. Let's go 50 for the hell of it. Ah, damn it. Should have tried it. Let's go one more time, 20. Oh, so I can do it once. Draw general options. Okay, so we can't waste the rest of the resources. One final point, Runstead. We have problem Nemesis that heard this morning this period has been carrying out one particular vicious murder here in Seattle. The news will likely break later today. I'll be guessing from there with the journalist call up and ask for a position on this. Good God, where's Nemesis now? Lumper. Electra Nemesis knows that he's been identified. The police won't find him easily now. I don't know what current it is, but I can give it to him if that's the way we go. We need Nemesis, alright. We have the dinner stuff for him. Let's fire him and publicly condone his action. Let's make some good at this. Work with the police. No, we need Nemesis. With statements identified that has not been proven guilty. I'll get it done. It'll be necessary temporary to sign. I knew how to research until then. I suggest Anderson, a woman named She Seems compliment. He'd really like to train up your new HOR. Plus, Nemesis might be P if he learns the job. Definitely turn to someone else. Agreed, you said. Okay, any other business? Tell me in London, I want us to be ready for this. Yes. The surprise news lecture. Ready in what way? Ready to can them. What other ultimate strategy may be if we decide to. I know that is a vague instruction, but for the time being, that's all I have. Be aware of the surgeons arrive, because they are coming. The end of the meeting. Yeah, what's this one do for me? The ritual need to imbue you with the radio chronometer involves you sitting in the center of a flaming circle, breaking a heavy branch apart with your bare hands, and then casting into the fire the whole time. Hearing the 4-minute workshop chant the sermon and drawing symbols on the floor with earth and charcoal and salt. It takes some time, but when you complete, Harrigan helps you with the extinguished circle and says, you should not be able to feel or even see a significant amount of moments that have taken place around objects, something that you can touch and study intently. Here, let me show you what I mean. 5 identical pieces of hamburger. This is the control test we use. One of the pipes we use to commit a murder. Which can you tell which one? There is no mistaking from the pipe furthest to the right. A vicious red flood out to you, and then you can see the murder shot as if it's taking place. A heavy set of woman battered. Her skinny husband would pipe again and again. The image of slight hidden soundless you picture away is that one. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, maybe I shouldn't have started with something gentler. There's no enchantments, yeah. I wish we had that when we went to the future. That would have helped so much. As you approach the middle of September, you find yourself working late one evening. The screen you're left is rapidly becoming blurry, making your eyes ache. For a few seconds, you close your eyes. When you open the game, you where you are standing naked in the natural tournament cards. It is lit by dozens or so bright fireflies that float around you, crawling on the tunnel walls. The tunnel branches in several different directions in front and behind you. The whole area has a blur, indistinct feeling to it, perhaps the tunnel of the mind rather than a rock or a dream, maybe. No, though this place feels unlike any dream you have had. It's perhaps both real and unrealistic. As a sudden breeze makes sure you wonder what happens should you be injured or die here. A voice sounds through the tunnel above journal from you. You cannot spot source. My name is Samuel Mosfa. Welcome to this construct. A construct call? What do you mean? No answer to the grumble in the wall words. Seems like a perfect tool to find a way out of these tunnels. I advance, keeping one hand on the rock so I know double back. Obviously this one. Yes, the enchantment can show you the desired route is what you need, but you decide what to use it. You need to visualize person or place. In the screen you have no idea or to search. And yet, that's not important. This place to make sure, after all, is no great reminder that your own magical abilities are stronger here. You close your eyes and allows your senses to sniff out fresh air across the area that's less covered. You open your eyes, and the familiar illusion thread hanging before you. Smile and begin to follow it. You see that the thread ends somewhere moving forward ahead. You're standing in the warehouse, a cold storage warehouse you visited in July. Some distance from you see Garrett standing over his three men and girl moving one side and yet offered her indistinct ancestral ghosts and memories of the past between them. Even more ancestral, moving a spinal black fairy, one of the surgeons, comes to you once more. Call that first step to the tiny test of initiation. This, however, is a test of truth. Please answer this question. Who first brought the surgeons to this world? What's the point of this? I won't answer anything unless you tell me something. But you are one who created this test, and you must answer because this is required in order to move on. If you don't, you can stay here. Now, who first brought the strange gun to the world? Him, obviously. Exactly. Arwen was the first one to discover surgery and contact them and show them how to might send a small number to this world. Well done. You smiled to free yourself, feeling fresh confidence in this otherworldly environment. Conceal their technologies. Sick, you need this surgeon in order to get better. Yeah, no, you did for profit. No, that's not correct. He may have initiated precedent at that moment, but in certain interest party. But that's never the driving factor behind this thing. A win freeze 1,000 points of period shedding your skin. Was suffering with cancer. He had an informed tumor in the brain. When he received the news, his life expectancy was measured in a month. Bukta was never a meekly man suffering the indulgence of fate. He contacted Herrscher, the surgeons, those master biology, and offered them a means to travel to this world if they can cure him. It took a little work, but they succeeded. Now a shred of your inner being is the price of this knowledge. You can barely hear the words that are in brain. At least these soul disease. Before you win the show. On the floor is a vast labyrinth which glows with eerie white lures. It is precisely shaped the symbol on your arm. You realize though it's much bigger. Another question. Who is responsible with the voice cut off? Hello, I don't hear the question. Who is responsible for the symbol on your arm? Said the voice, someone weaker now. Who put it there? Are you okay? I'm worried more about him. Our time in this place, this country may be limited, but now the question, who is responsible for the symbol on your arm? I'm the one responsible, but indirectly. No. It's quite noble or perhaps self-ignorant to try to responsible for the act, but you are wrong. Before leaving Markham, he wove an enchantment in his office, one that would attach itself to the next company. The marking error is an outward manifestation of the enchantment. It's not Taylor's previous discovery knew the company shares might not respect his wish to place you. He had hope, however. Comforting, you say. What is? No, not money. So what is the principal purpose of the thing? It allows me to pass through magical barriers. Yes, it does. They're holding that corporeal, whether magical or technology in nature. You realize you're holding breath until you answered the question correctly. One final question. Why did naming his successor? The intense room glows out of the symbol. You raise your hands to it once again. You glare blocks out your vision, and then it's gone. The world around you, hard and cold. You're no longer the office in Seattle, rather, you are licking us and your head hurts. Now, having to return, you wonder, stand behind the mythical really or not, you find yourself adjusting to the sudden shiftness between light and dark. You feel a hand take you and pull you up over your feet. Your eyes focus. Our content standing before you, real and solid and alive. Before him stands a shorter, winkler man. He is the one who spoke. Hello, sir. My name is Sam. It's a pleasure to meet you. Apologize for asking an unfair question. You have no way asking a CEO. Let me give you an answer. He did it because I asked him to. Okay. You're alive, I don't understand. We have time for explanations later. Katara said he hands you a long striped bathrobe. We have to get you a proper change of clothes too. Yes, time is short. Walk with me, please. The cave in which the three are standing is not first. Two tunnels lead away. At one end you see some daylight, but in the other one is pure darkness. Mario walk. Carries in a heavy electrical. Can't let you hesitate, but Carries gets better of you, and you follow the two of them. I like to think I'm skilled in several areas, but my most practical skill is the ability to glimpse the future. From time to time, and not with 100% accuracy, but still it's useful kill or curse depending on how you see it. As the young man, Eric was my student in sorcery, and even then I knew he would bring the surge to this world in exchange for a cure to Messiah's skull. Perhaps I could have stopped him. In the end, knowing the consequence would have been if I did so, I didn't have the heart to intervene. But I believe I can atone for the inaction. I saw a vision of someone who could play a pivotal role in the success or failure of certain endeavors. That was you, Xero. When I realized you entered Metahuman Corps, I asked Aaron to place you in a Puzarian so you can fulfill your destiny when the time comes. The time is now, of course. As for you to pretend, or rather to be the key to Aaron, I cannot say for sure. Last I know who can blame for my life being so complicated. You can see the future. Tell me how it all ends. No. You really think I permit you to come to this world? Maybe not intentionally. Maybe some failure or hesitation on your part will grant them victory, because your role will be key. The three you walk past under a session, seems so that new months has to stoop. I believe I found a weapon that might be the surgeon, and here it is. It is a living creature of flame and shadow, vaguely human, gigantic, almost 1,000 feet tall. As the theory emerged on the legend, it hides below spots you in a roar's fury. You wince at the divine enough, for now it doesn't deter you. What is it, you ask? Suddenly feeling like a genie, or more probably a djinn. Forget the cheerful blue guy from Aladdin. The djinn are spirits of fire and death. They exist to only bring strength to return everything to the great element of fire that created this world. He sees your concerned expressions that we are no immediate threat. The particular in Banu for more than a millennium. Runes that you are now capable of crossing things to the symbol on your arm. Yes, thank you for that. The djinn has no corporeal as being discerned, and so is wholly immune to the surgeon's influence. It is an unstoppable destroyer, the perfect weapon against him. We only need a means of sewing it. We need the proverb genie bottle. I know one source that couldn't be found in Rother, but not far from here. Will you go to cure it? Will you work with us to forever something here, Robot? We're in Moscow? Yes. Can't wait to see what offers more. Yes. Ray gives you a gap tooth smile. Good. My face is well placed on you. Then he coughs in pain and turns away from you. Alright, maybe we should. Remember, give me a moment, Car. He isn't well. Sell him. He's dead. He hinted at this. We should go. We have work to do. What's with this being? I'll see the markers. I take care of. Now let's go do what he asks us to do. Is that what your service zone? An hour later, you and he are sitting in the back of a Sherfon German with through the Moscovian Macaronian suburbs, and you're suited dressed once more, lacking a self when you enemy the camera or anyone else to tell them that where you are. You're confident they'll find you soon. Higher Electros once mentioned that back when he traveled into the future gen, she employed a number of clairvoyants around the world to discover your location. That said, Katarina has so far managed to elude detection. So at the beginning, you killed your own clone. That was you who pulled the trigger? And that's why. I hadn't been cured. I had yet to be cured. I'm certain if you learned about my work with Stearns, you find a way to block it. Murdering your clone still counts as murder, perhaps. But you saw the other clone, they were imperfect. Their lifespans were measured in months rather than decades. They will die from prolonged pain. That was true of 3 of them. Even the one I shot in April, my worst crime was not murder, but rather the creation of 3 bones. It's true that my need was great, still I wondered if I would do the same thing if I had the choice. You say nothing. A museum rabbi holds it. Absolute flash is capable of capturing and containing, and therefore we must find a means of sending the djinn against it. The first question is, how do we acquire them the cross? We buy it. You see, I knew you would find a way to be useful. The meters are small and system of defense against supernatural high-tech intrusion. Its owners most likely have no idea that the Holden artifact disturbs potency. Fortunately, the Magic is present, but if you're swiftly able to gain a meeting with him, could you notice from choose your main hours? It's an 18th century flask, almost wholly intact. I would be very interested in purchasing it for it. I'll allow it to remain here on loan, provided I can remove it for a short while first. Yes, and the question, how much were you thinking? May we examine the first fees? This seems like natural before we get down to handling. Yes, of course. It's right over here. The flask is gone in its place. The carriage is a white business card. You open the cabin. Hold on, the carriage. Call me. Oh God. Later that evening, you find a Robert. You already spoke to Solicitor, who has assured you the assault will call you in a few minutes. How did he know about the flask? He couldn't be the reserve me. Maybe he know you're alive, or maybe he's watching Mafa. Sir and Marva are both difficult people to keep track of from moving, as he does in their country. Good to see you, Xavier. You know, say it's only antique flash. Like around, you've been busy. You're talking about this old thing? Yes, I guess you might have a few questions around it. I'm not really going to answer any of those right now. I said it's because I'm too busy, but the truth is I'm maintaining no mystery and English learning, so I'm trying not to sound too much. How much for it? Now I think I can guess what you use it for, and that's no law, but I'm morally against exploiting a commercial advantage, so I'm going to offer you 200. Go on. Okay, the first and least fun is you hand over all the patents, writing contracts for your enchantments to sign. You give us all the room, and we profit from it on now on. And one of our high level big earners too, not the one of those pussy low tech jobs. The second, more often, I contact the press you to slander you in some way, accuse you of something very embarrassing and very possibly sexual in nature, and when it comes to it, you omit it. Embarrass yourself, do that, and the press is yours. Hmm. Had I not picked her, I wouldn't have so done the selection option. I wouldn't have so just said screw you. What gems do we have? Does any of them might look helpful? Probability filter. That would have helped so much. Go to damn hell. You know what? I'll take the embarrassment. In the laundry, who get their junks stuck together during sex for now for the first time. You're on the star on the start. It barely seems possible, but some to fabricate evidence. You see an interview with Hellstar who swears he's the one who found you in such a conversation and had the dial number one. Changing the channel, you see a doctor who swears she has to separate you from a sexual partner. There are even supposed photos of it. You're a little surprised you haven't yet seen an interview with the alleged other half of this embarrassment, sexual stickiness. Maybe aren't keeping that little treat in reserve in order to reunite the story in a few days. If you had completed, you could show the photos are fade, of course, and people have been paid off. They may be actors even. But you keep your word to Salt rather than disappointing you offer meekly through. How much does that ruin our image? Oh no, but we have a really good image, so I don't care. They're supposed to, you're a little surprised you haven't seen it. You complement. Exterior song. Would you like to make clear the person who shared actually does unprofessional? The embarrassing has no bearing on the performance of which remains leader in the field is as close as an admission as you can bring yourself. That night, Jerem makes a joke of you in an open American Lives talk show. You feel it's the first of many jokes to come, so you consider yourself that the factor and sends you the aircraft as promised, which may directly come to you being seeing humanity, silver lining, and all that. Tamer of Flames? What's this? Find a way to contain a creature of immense power. Okay. Oh, it tells me. Thank you. You return to Seattle soon after the conjure with Aaron Salt. Terror chooses to remain in Robot. You don't disrupt this. Perhaps you can use money to take him into custody if you're so inclined, but it's likely if the team he will detect the presence and disappear once more before they got anyone near. So you let him be for now. For all the information that he and Mark give you, it seems the question too bad. You share your work and a blood concern part way. Several days later, you have the gin flask in possession. You fly out to Robot once more. This time, carbon security is not a great feat to find the drink once more. Only you're capable of crossing signals to bind the gin, the symbol on your shoulder. Courtesy of Kermit gives you the power, and as before, the Gurren's mirth and mighty. It moves to crush you for daring to enter its sorcerer's prison, but the power of flask has not been exaggerated. The gin is powerless to resist the large stuck in its vessel. A prisoner once more, you replace the flash stop. It doesn't seem hard, though it seems to positive him with the power of the creature. You feeling as complicated has been over, it would be more complicated still. October. I would have given this to Nemesis and have him study it. It's live, and you're sure that it will look favorable on you if you deliver him into your hands. First time has been since June when the hair stuck to the time tweaked in the menu. The room has been repaired and refurbished when new chairs tuned in the room. Now Lisa and Air have been pushed to me to one side of the room in the long chain. 100 grams for. There's a very good reason for this. You start by the meaning Eric, let's come to you first. I'm sure you already get to know we brought desire to draw things all over the wall. We have a security leak, one that's been watching us from the walls and passing information to our competitors. Who? Draws the room blind and gives her a nod. Room repeating in roles of ascendants, Armatic and lights. She's a criminal and a ghost. I started working here as secretary in 1952. I hadn't been working in the company for 18 months before my untimely pass. All this in the sentient about it, I choked on the death tomato during my lunch break. Yet I couldn't move on to the dark energy that fed this place have held me here and wanted health for more than 50 years. Strange pursuing it, I felt so alone. And then 3 months ago, I was summoned in the garden overseeing it. So wonderful. Very nice meeting. He said he was free to stay as long as the information about a human while I was waiting for them to succeed. uh, let's see. And sending the variance on her, and then you sent a physical presence, and then by current your user brain to get more information and image in live before. Nurse little overexcited, eager to please, a psychically gifted, just say little. You wonder what searchers fortunately are truly responsible for killing her, or whether Grant into the country brought this fate upon herself. Either way, you feel that the part of physical form this would not bring about you, or any sort of move. A terminology for the Walking Dead is so imprecise. Her consciousness will still exist in various diffuse state, but she would never be under manifest. Is a cruel fate to inflict her, but prevent her from passing information. Yeah, screw her. You order the bind the friend becomes aware of the attack and tries to fight you. She isn't strong as you, however. So you can use once and the physical begins to fit in her burst. She's not struggling. She can enter as a dark mood perhaps, but she won't trouble you anymore. But you decide to conduct the meeting standing, the main point of the trajectory. How do we do? Ooh, our image is getting so good. Can I do any enchantments? No, what do I need? I can't get text on path theme. Go the distance. Let's see if I can. What's my staff? I need to get 2 staff. Oh, that's gonna cost me a lot. But now we can go to enchantments and start working on this bad boy. Oh wow, that one actually goes really fast. And now let's do general, external, high risk. I like high risk. 30 points to get rid of all. Oh, god damn it. Next, include a bunch. In the middle of the month, America annual report is reported. You arrive at the tower and you thing. You enter. Hello, Xavier. One of the measure and ultimately your boss. Hello, Xavier. Very well. I didn't expect to see you here. Today I'm attending your conference today. That's not a problem, I hope. Of course not. He vacates your chair and stands before your floor-to-ceiling painted glass window looking out across the city. You often look at the view when you first enter the vision, since your childhood feature has been a touch less appealing. Though nothing you need to tell me about before you face stress. I hate surprises. Okay, the company worth mentioning. You mentioned you meeting Wagara, for example. If you agree to help the trail and learn it, though you're not ultimately carrying out that promise, or the fact that you might occur in flesh and even collaborating to secure the country, it better to communicate with your impressive. Search in general. But only as me to manipulate them. Since you're not. We have for some time been aware of surgeons and the risk of patients' parent, commented that you have chosen to lie to them, and yet they wish to be completely unopened with me. The surgeon's flesh is not compatible with metahumans, and strict discipline that it will impose on this world will close off many opportunities for us. For that reason, you have to choose between us. Maybe that choice is already made, or maybe you require a little longer to think. In any case, the CEO, you are likely pivoted player in this drama, and the surgeons may be able to offer you certainly, but many hands to be different if you choose to go against us. Okay. I admit the disc part. Doesn't say a word as he tells me with leave certainty. It would be a good idea to work in and gain trust. The man has an agenda we are not wholly aware of. We're willing to indulge him to agree it was, after all, his wish. Learning what you can of plans, and then, judging time, betray him and deliver it to us. He then smiles. He's still alive? That man is full of tricks. Scheduled to take place when you arrive. You see 34 during the milling around the conference. You spot Robin among them, and she glances back. She sees you well. She looks away quickly. This is the first time you've seen her since you returned from vacation. Great, another stressful distraction on today of all days. You glance through the president notes one last time. Of course, the contents of my report, the big news for on the business and world are hardly surprised to you. In August, we understand Cerner as a much-loved company and company with a public interest at heart. You now see that Cerner approval rates currently through the roof. What is our 70? Could you actually get those to 100, I wonder? Probably if you had more like if I rushed the Oculus implements, would have been really good. Just another phone rings and another. We have a situation I've been learning from one of German that has sometime been imbuing himself with every certain has been done since being years. I want you to know that the blame for this cannot be placed on my shoulders. You're looking responsible. You're seriously considering my pressure. What's up there? Where's one now? He's working loud. He's alert. Contemplating the chambers are driving him fairly berserk. Right. Unfortunately, where's Mercy and distressed and must walk away. He's trashing downtown. There are shoppers in the area. Hell, could he be a link? Most certainly. He's the only one chancing down. You can't say we reported a heavy man Roger interact moments of an inch. Suddenly when he desperately he wrecked the place, hurt fever, one of the richest there was been Roger. We're not sure can both out to there, one to the store to work and have it. Heard anyone who gone his way, now he's hiding in the toy store. We have 4 members. Let's start working in the manager's office. Rainer says he'll speak to you face to face, not by phone. If you can't get him to turn himself in, we have our men ready to move in and take Roger down. Keep them hanging up. I entered them all. Or at least everything goes well. You see our kneeling to respond, none of them making a sound, but they point to the captain. Fidgety a small grumpy listens to everything. The store itself. Come closer, come here where I can see you. Thank you for coming, you're the one who can help me. Most people live in a humdrum world. He's perhaps 26 or 27 years old, thin, a typical barbarian theory suffering a track. Those who didn't, who know about the demons and aliens, often change from blur the lines of what is acceptable. They say we go too far and change the thing far, and worse, we sell those changes. We transform anyone who pays for it. He shakes his head. Now, don't agree, I believe in her. We are pushing forward evolution itself, giving great and greater power of the future. The challenge remains in what do we do with the power? You get your soul power. You gave yourself enchantments without authorization. I want to be one of the decision makers. I want to shape in this world, but with these terms, I don't want to save my mood. The power is in everyone. Possibility, the ability to gain this power. Legitimately, the first test of wellness. Only people like you deserve this power, and from me, I'm just something unnatural. Of course, remember and which grants me the jolt. Okay, let's play with lightning. Now let's come to a matter of will. He's no better, so he trembles. At last, you're strong too. Closer, blue lightning current through his body. He sent a roar. I can't go back to the level I had before, and I know that. And for what I'm sorry for everything. You know, there's reluctance. You enough to call the police further before you do. That's to keep him where he is. He ain't going anywhere. You look behind you, 4 members say emerged from the police. One of the managers holding a pistol, aiming at his team. That's right. Thought you would come in here and mess with us, did you? Because you're thinking, I bet I can get this fool to kill me. It's probably easier that way. Yeah, he's a spreader. He's a spermer now. Think about this. Kick this guy's ass, though he could come in here and mess with me. Being the crowd assembled by the drone, his score. You spotted when he goes. He has slithered away. His kind don't like the black girl. Nearby dragon corpse overcovered. You wonder what degree more can truly held responsible. Impatient. pay any medical bill. Is a kind gesture, even though the bill of this havoc is likely behind it mostly deflects the great question of anything might be blamed for this. Still, if future occurrence are likely to ask him about he was reached and precisely why he went crazy did, it is a question you're likely to resolve as well. In fact, you climb to the car and leave the side. All the work, too much work remains to be done in the aviation U, which is now a few weeks away. Okay, yeah, let's do November. Let's leave December for later. Okay, we got a lot of comments this morning. Let's start. I've been receiving reports from the chain that are higher and usually proposed streamline the measures to a section C a week ago. You glance by the table and you see we never had problems with Davis falling to change trends, so it simply has showed discard instructions. I strangle maker here. Okay. Has saved the glitz in it, bro. It's right there saying so they've been and it's going out. There's no drink. If you've been grounding most, there's no visible flat. It's just like the air itself exploding. 50 or so buses. Some of them have caused relative alert. Others have come out there. E7 air traffic watching the news on a computer. Then across the career, you see that our team are doing the same thing. As the casualties rise, you remember what you said during your trip to it. A series of explosives rocks Seattle's experiments with their trying to channel the mess. You have a good idea. Okay. More information about Alan Shaw's presentation. He's been taken to Northwest. As best I can see, he's comatose. No more news for that. Right. One more thing. If you're into kind of responding, asking response on what happened to your spotted. Should we be a jerk? I devote resources to release effort to make sure I'm perfectly spotted. Yeah, let's go with the image. We want the image to be as high as possible. In short, you can spare them all to paramedics. At the point that you also drive error and the research team inserting during from these many to find anyone injured or travel explosion for extra alarm reference. You offer to channel funding to various houses around the city to able to bring looking after the city to the weeks to come. Though you're doing traveling and join the paramedics there to help through. Spare actually why it's necessary to be in version with the original, but you told to be. Truth be told, you do a decent job of coordinating the fire medics and paramedics already inside, who are pulling as many people from there. You're not sure you can integrate with, but your presence boosts the workers' morale at least. With the crisis now, Barry, you return to the office for the monthly staff meeting, and Albert, this meeting is so much minus. You are alone. You elect her in to oversee the emergency. Should there's explosion, you want to be prepared. You also transfer generally to management pairs, overseeing the community tasked with emergency dictionary of HR, finance, and legal. Now, Norris Watson. Never the most open in your team, he is asked to leave Amazon for personal reasons that remain obscure. Checking his file, you saw his first time he has made a crest in 20 plus years working. You wonder who the explosion might have harmed to push him this way. You allow him to leave, no questions. You aren't sure when he's back. His parents, she has been excused from the meeting, though. Given that the two of you will be alone, you decided it would be cruel and unpunished for her to attend. Besides, her work secures the research department in your first period. Okay. You're sure of it, and thanks to your trip to the future, you know exactly why. The spirit will open on Thanksgiving morning. You know exactly where that will take place as well. You have acquired the art in ancient philosopher from Izzy, and it contains a gene of massive flanger, which is immune to the corrosive influence, which exactly you should literally let the genie out of the bottle. You ain't sure? Hello, Dr. Sun Nemesis, how are you? How's life in Excel treating you? Leaving processing, running your main, revenge my identity, I would have much preferred. But that's not a great experiment. Perhaps, regardless, I've continued where else you've his from server, and that's what it's been against searching anyone except yourself. In fact, I find a way to collect the experimental word against. I send the information to him, or even the same notes. You know what? No, we want to trap them in the tower because we know they're coming into the tower. It's done. You aren't saying? These sort of projections are damning. You have to make do with her. For now, how she's doing, I suppose I'm hard to replace. So far, I haven't had any trail of nerves disappear. Fair enough. You pull the tower and consider them. Ooh. Yeah, but that's counteracted by that. We're good. -4 image? Oh god. Where's your image at? Enchantments. We need to finish this one now. Okay. Consider general. Actually, what enchantment can I reach now? Super science. 'Cause I'm so close to super science, I can probably rush something super sciencey. Which ones am I missing? Q vision. Yeah, super science. I can probably get there now. Can I get super science there? That's 2. No, I can't get this month, but next month I can probably do it. If I had the chance. Screw it. Let's go high risk again. 50. I don't care. Include the monthly budget. There's still another. Neither cost life, but the damage proper is considered was enough to push Meyer to begin encouraging people until this phenomenon is fully understood. He offers even financial incentive to business that close, allowing them themselves to begin holiday season. Thousands time to take up the offer and Meyer guarantee plan training or even later. You, of course, one of the few know the cost of the student test empirical and trying to hope these students will stop on Thanksgiving morning, the search of the data to succeed. The Sharon. Trust said. Of course. I know where to find Gabriel, of course. Of course, I say, while planning to send a team of fielders to pick him up. Yeah. He personally assembled and briefed a large group of certain variants of unknown element. I believe he is not a combatant by nature, but he presents shipments of unknown nature, giving him instruction. By instructional assertion, these are special who cannot be seen or touched by no means, might even be present during the engagement. Incombat this man from a distance, get him, pick him up, and get out. Be discreet, and above all, be quick. Companies held Mr. Wine's request to parental holiday. True, you said much you support the main manager and programming who work out of the city transferring to other branches, but you work close with the risk team, trying to develop a way to detect and fight the searchers, which searchers can prefer to fight foe that they're not capable of seeing or touch. It's almost distraction from the dull, everyday job running certain. You managed to visit channels, however, perhaps the last time of the year. Capable of landing stock for his individual, he is offering contract of soothing chromium. Hurricane sits you in the machine between machine to here. Yeah, we sort of in advance that you want to try it. Okay. Let's talk to her. Okay, let's visit the detention guy. These cables are just a temporary. He possesses them with a bit of strength. As soon as we figure out a winner, we will let him out of the strength. You would do better just to kill me now while you can. The gifts in her demand more than they give. In encouragers like this, I am no further use to them. It is time for me to pay for all I receive. He looks you in the eye. Students are honest, at least. They do not lie. It's nothing to that. And if so, transfer your body. Listen carefully to conditions they have attached to the offer. Definitely refer to any deal they offer. Okay, let's do this shit. Fortunately, certain will be open on the public, and most of the employees are absent. You routinely. Burr has light security on the room. Roof and various key points to the building areas. Scientists, technicians who precisely calibrate the weapons to suffocate any spirit that appears or disappear the port. Either way, it goes according to plan. The disaster of the explosion on top of it should not occur. Need to make her go for it. In we take a step to print influence. This is because of lack of protection, of course, and of course I can determine how likely is serum. There's more of the bird. In terms of which got the marriage source of provide isn't rub. It works, but only emergency. Anywhere is barrier is no barrier at all. You just pointed. You left me facing her with no weapons, no trick on my sleeve. Depara, surgeons will do much of the work. Just I need to figure out exactly how. Even at Thanksgiving, a couple of rangers open the doors. You placed a really big breakfast for order for everyone in the building. There's no reason should you all face inquiry after all. Sorry about that. You return to your office, look up from your laptop, you see part of the glass and photo as though someone's breathing. You write on the walker shirt, I am coming to be ready. You have, sir, plan to be ready for him. In exactly 1 minute, on the other side of the pole are a few billion miles from this one. On the other side are currently, if not millions, there's being waiting to travel and use their bodies to respawn more of their own kind. I'll find a way to place the gene among the surgeon. For now, I trust the... yeah. It's important to make sure and during the visit you still demonstrate sustain is that timely, and even so the hearing does not stop the point through. If at impulsive use, he's soon to marry and getting killed, however, of course, the stranger might possess safe power. Hello? How did you? Good to see you. You're looking well. I know you as well, don't I? Yes, you're the good. Alright. I received good girl. I'm here to aid you here, but yeah, let's hear the shift. Clear doesn't seem. One, it's nothing. It's just that you know this potential being that you might have put in there. I have full confidence in my team. Yes, yes. And when the portal stranger won't arrive at once, we have several minutes to shut it down. If possible, do enough to prevent from the party. It's vital that we. Take more big enough to pass through, Yoker. No, if you don't collapse or stabilize it, the portal will likely explode. And then the trigger guard port through. 1,000 units ready for the journey, and then like a scream they pour in your mind. Your mind is compared fast in the air. It's utter. You seem to cut through it. With a smile, everyone present and is thrown into the rooftop of cars. These creatures are trembling order, trying to reach the terror. Your friends come berserk, killing and striking at anyone that comes close. Bangs you into you, knocks you. Just to rack the flask. Normally a hard catch, but with Denver Penny you have no chance. Chef T once more. Oh, thank God I did that right. Your steps are going crazy, and the question is. Fire warning shot. They stand for you to come to the senses. The immediate crash server, you return to the portal hanging above you. The trails begin to span now 7 yards and its bottom, and then bring us the promise breaker. He will be punished and you will be rewarded. Your team is grouping the scientists. I'm ready to lob the jar blast to the sludge portal. And get ready to welcome them. Oh, get ready to lob it. We're killing these fools. I use my turn to contain the djinn even after you let it out. You have 1 second, maybe 2 to throw it forward. Throw it hard. 1, 2, 3. This is certain. This is how to live the place. Then, when you see the surgeons, they're all running. They're 100 feet away. Perhaps even lots of fiction are different here. They're invisible with naked eye. More or less, sliding. You see, I'm moving for now. Maybe they haven't noticed you yet. You. What have I been drinking? Oh, we passed the portal. I think we're the only people here. We're the only ones bearing champions that allow us past through any barrier. The portal won't have such effect on anyone else. Over there, look. But there's kind of the portal to them. This for the surgeon will use. This is where we can get back or close the portal for good. Only if we need a distraction, we kill either one, the other one, correct? Whatever else creates distraction will get killed, no doubt. Care to volunteer? It's time to open that flask. You enter the conscious wave. As you march before you, the surgeons die beneath his huge feet. The conscious wave bursts in the djinn bursts back into mighty girl swear and becoming the djinn and referring to it looks around itself and 1,000 crazy and does a chuckle. It sounds to grow too booming for you to be sure as the march surgeons die free. You fortunately are spared from simply put your 2 surgery in the no surgery you are holding listener and listener and then the visitor together. You hurry down the hill towards the chasm below in the portal, and just in we go past the urgent train, it's taking you far away from switching as the surgeon gets nearest to you, realize they're no longer in the mirror. Their attention turns to you once more. I've been doing this the entire time, but this is a higher grade one, so I'm gonna do that one. You open quite train, you plan suggestion. You reach the machine that journeys the portal and spiritual train. It's a machine drawn from the insane dreams. Roughly, it seems to compose of current tubes, each one as long as thick as your arm, arranged in has fire like a bonfire or a child. Jungle Gym, sketched by Gregor, has tipped perhaps a 10 years bird spur that often at this end of Spur 100. Black letters spill from the portal, casting yourself into a dust for a moment. You wonder what the machine is control, and then you realize that the truth. The surgeons are genetic biologists, not engineers. The organization is made from the alternate genetic to merge into one great living machine. Damn. The clan machine endowed to the world will take us home most likely. But then we won't stop the surgery. I gathered we won't stop the from exploding either. No, we have to access the machine reprogram in a sense. How? The machine in some sense. Touch it. Let it reach your mind. Get to do what you want and don't die. I have to maintain our shield. Well, let's do this shit. The machine is a being of instinct, not a thought, and instinct integer, and it attempts to repel you. Though even it doesn't know this until now, it's just a frame of reference on which, however, it still reads your mind from raw data search as well as pre your childhood. Back in the image of the cylinder, as you thought the image trying to understand you, perhaps define it as well. Either way, you frame going straight with the machine. Let's see what it makes of that. Let's do this one. The one's machine and straight the owner probes you and testing your resolve. It evokes memories of you using it has realized that humans it seeks to learn perhaps to give more extraction. Affinity, yeah. Searching do feel motions of sort into the machine spawn. At least though the machine you are aware of and the machine shares awareness of your own, you're teaching its own identity. Let's do this. Which displays beauty to the naked eye, views the earth, so much of the world's open to the shapes and brightness of the moths of dust, the bends of birch feathers as they fly, you're aware of the sense of these shapes so unnoticed but quite and perhaps shapes can avoid. It's no great to you to gain a sense of the idea to guess for the certain shorts creates body. The servants is willing, they chose to balance sense to one in order to create this events that were short, and little by little they changed so until they became a thing capable of openings for even though this meant destruction of individual intelligence each one possessed. You do not see the as a matter of fact just to come together the whole. Feels your shock at the whole nature and is curious. Though its contacting the machine has gained sense of it has begun to wonder the notion of its own or not. You now must take the journey to helping create and brother your counsel into it as if it thus for your own. Do that and you'll be able to get in the strange to do your wishing once you're from the thing. Oh no. Enough though I have to stay with it until the job is done. So that it might, but your influencer is in order to force you to remain contact and push it over. So that's what you do. The machine wills it, you heat a circuit, and part of it begins to fall. Service again, but it's your minute still you force and destroy it, and yet the machine tries to impress you. It takes longer than it should. The transform render until it falls. He fights and blasts me, but they keep coming. The outsiders who followed the effort. Hi, so what's up? Yeah, I guess so. Leave us. I don't understand. Leave us, go from this place. We are not thoughtless killers, nor do you wish to come out your body to place what you are. No, you punish it. Leave us. Where shall I go? Has begun. December and beyond. The great motivator in a few first day on Harvard, you have discovered and certain that your notable tendencies at first. Wearing a poisons you yourself in such trouble, but then, water is a large problem. The groundwater is easy to find. It's dirty and provides cramps and diarrhea the first time you drink it. Diarrhea becomes the root. You spend the first 2 weeks undergoing the screen sign at Wookiee Fog. To live in this world, you run for the surgeons aware that they may at any moment reconsider the decision to leave you wholly human untouched by their genetic influence. At first, you may get careful to take your spine. Some countries are tricky though. The dirt gray sun never strays from the horizon and the dead stays longer than the earth. You try to count your human days to keep track of how often you sleep, but if flexible, you don't measure soon losing the real meaning. You better surgery altogether. It's anyways Christmas season gone. You begin a year, weeks pass, then months. The gin you realize through rampage still revealing the destroying the fragile home the certain encounters. It's possible. There are 3 Jinn now. The first is either summon, help, or divide self. Maybe it simply had a child. In that case, they are growing numbers. This can be more of them in the world. Killing. That makes you at least smile. Perhaps you go insane. Certainly from time to time, you certainly catch the learn, but such welcome insanity is truly infuriating. You find a murky ocean repellent as you watch your some point during your first year, you come upon a submarine have you short thanks for the instruction, but hopefully there's still would wonder students are truly knit to this world, perhaps other rich here who the students consume. Get arranged turn you I call it hell. Yeah. You manage to get into one of the setting hell. Another year passed, you perilously thin, and your tired easily long-term nourishment has several, or you feel the insurance damage around your feet has caused your skin to break and bleed innumerable times. Each time you halt, your wandering fear of injury become infection. That problem leads to the results that the skin and your soul have become colorless stuff. If you're on this world, you will chance upon foxes several hundreds several hundreds of 7,000, and you will see clear now. You get 7 months since you last saw one in these. As though you travel for you first, the ground is harder and tomorrow. You hear a faint hum. It created hum you smart. It's you have a puzzle to solve. You will encourage after you haven't used Sham in years. It remains effective as ever. You can. They can show me when they see and they hide it away from the involved to crumble away. You'll learn a little bit, even so you have no energy research room. 2. It has been the work months and months in the war strength and you fairly dread with flutter per. Then money you per and heat turns huge. Let me be the first to congratulate you. I hope everyone should be long. Yes, Dr. Song? You're no longer in the right. No, you're in the just. Something wrong? Oh god. Repeating the story would just be junior. So, tell me which. It's been a pleasure working with you. I just need to hold on to my memory. I can even turn things for better. Yeah. Looper. Okay. Okay. I guess. Let me guess. View. Yep. Oh god. Okay. See you guys next time.